Escapers? It's me, Dave. Welcome back to the Escape Pod. What do you guys think of my upgrades? Pretty cool, right? Lambda class Imperial shuttle. Dude on Craigslist had no idea what he had, so now it's mine. Today, you're gonna see, I'm gonna talk about Godzilla versus King Kong. My brother and I watched it the other night, so I thought I'd jump up in the pod and tell you guys about it, what I thought about it, and give my review. Like I said I would, back in episode 9, Giant Monsters. Before we get to that, please, thumbs up, clickety-click, the subscribe button, ring-a-ding the bell, so you get all the shit. And also, don't forget, you can email me anytime at itstheescapepod@gmail.com, itstheescapepod@gmail.com. Please tell all your friends. I want to try to get this thing to grow. I'd love to get, a word of mouth going, okay? If you like to watch kind of semi-nerdy guys get a little high and talk about fun shows and movies and things, tell your buddies. We have a lot of fun, and I'm going to have a lot of guests. You guys know I had Joe Coy last episode. Got some fun ones coming up in the future as well. Today, the way I got a little lifted is I had a pre-roll from a company called Pacific Stone, and they sell this great 14-pack wedding cake, 7 grams each, indica. Had one, felt great, talked about King Kong and Godzilla fighting. All right, so I hope you guys have a good time, because I sure did.
Welcome back to the same place that we laugh about. Got them pipes. Hi, escapers. I'm just chilling in my pod, man. Feeling good. Hanging out. I was hanging out the other day with me bruv. I was over at my brother's house, and we watched the Godzilla versus King Kong. Back in, was it episode 9, I think it was, the Giant Monster episode, when this came out. If you remember back then, I had said, I told you it was coming out in the theaters, but it was also going to be 30 days on HBO Max. So yeah, we got to watch it at his house, and it was good. It was a very good movie. So I'm going to tell you right now, there will be some spoilers, okay? Because I'm a little and sometimes, a little wordy. Again, look at the hands. I said that I was going to review it. My review of Godzilla versus King Kong. That's it. Okay, see ya. It was amazing. It was so good. First of all, this new universe that Legendary Pictures has put together is unbelievable. I mean, it's so good. The one that kicked it off was the Godzilla with Bryan Cranston. Dude, I'm lifted. But that was an amazing movie, man. I think that first one is, because especially when it first showed Godzilla, because I still had a kind of a funky aftertaste from that Matthew Broderick Godzilla. Nothing against Matthew Broderick. He's actually one of my favorites. But that Godzilla movie was, I don't know. I said that back in episode 9. They were trying to, match the success of Jurassic Park. So Godzilla kind of looked like just a giant T-Rex. Not very Godzilla-like, but this new one with Bryan Cranston, when he came up, I was like, that's what Godzilla's supposed to look like. He he walks upright, okay, but not hunched over with shitty little arms like a T-Rex. He's got guns, Look, the face, he looked like Godzilla. And then the way the spinal plates when it would warm up, and then he'd go, and he'd do that big laser eye. I mean, it was just Godzilla. That's the one that started it. Then they came out with Kong Skull Island. We know Godzilla from the first one, and now we meet Kong in Skull Island. And Skull Island is just Kong Skull Island with Mace Windu in it. Samuel L. Jackson, I couldn't think of his name. Kong Skull Island was amazing. And I remember, I talked about it before, probably the most amazing opening scene in a movie that I've ever seen almost. That fight scene in the beginning where they end up at the edge of the cliff, and then Kong's hands, I could have Kong hands because of Kong. His hands, they're fighting right here. Motherfucker, yeah. I see they're fighting. Yeah, motherfucker. And then all of a sudden, and then big old head came up over the dude. I love that movie. So now we know Kong and we know Godzilla, and then the Godzilla, King of the Monsters. If you remember, the three-headed crazy one was King Ghidorah, and it turned out he was an ancient one from space. He was gonna take over the world, but Godzilla came through and beat the shit out of him. We're going into Godzilla versus King Kong now, so spoiler alerts. Spoiler alerts. That's hard to say. Godzilla versus King Kong. Some spoilers are coming. So there's this company called Apex Cybernetics. Godzilla starts wrecking shit, and they don't know why. They think, oh man, what happened to Godzilla? He was like the homie, and he had our backs, and now he's fucking shit up. Why, And so someone had the bright idea of, hey, let's go to Skull Island and get King Kong. King Kong will come back, beat his ass. Now remember, Kong's Skull Island was in early 70s, where Godzilla versus King Kong is current. And so King Kong's actually bigger because he was an adolescent, I guess, in the Kong Skull Island. But now he's just freaking massive. Still a little shorter than Godzilla, but the king, he's big now. So they're like, let's get him. Between the 70s and now, apparently they put a dome over Skull Island, and they, study him and all this stuff and take care of him. And there's a little character in there, if you've seen the previews, where it's a little girl, and she goes up to King Kong anyway, and she's the remaining native from Skull Island, the last surviving one, and this is where I'm confused, because a storm wiped out her people. In Kong Skull Island, the reason why Skull Island was hidden, it was basically in the eye of a perpetual storm. So was it that storm? Did it just get bored? Well, I've been doing this for a while. Fuck this. Took out the village. There's this Apex Cybernetics. Now we meet this dude that works there. Bernie, he's an employee at Apex Cybernetics, but he also has a Titan, which is what they call the giant monsters. He's got a Titan conspiracy theory podcast. He found some tech in there that looked like he didn't quite know what it was, but it was like big, and it was wow. But if you are a fan, you saw it and went, whoa, wait a second, that looks like a big giant cybernetic eye. Now, the Millie Bobby Brown character happens to be a fan of this guy's podcast, so she recruits him and a buddy of hers. So she enlists the podcast guy and her buddy, and they're going to investigate why. They're going to take it upon themselves to investigate why, Godzilla's attacking things. Hollow Earth theory. That's the kind of the thing throughout all these movies. Is where the Titans are from. Is this place called Hollow Earth? That if you go down deep enough, you'll find it. And they go down there, man, and they get Kong down. They bring him down there, and he finds this axe, and that's made of. It was made from a Godzilla spinal plate. And it was an axe, and so now Kong had this fucking cool weapon. So he heads back, and him and Godzilla are about to go at it, and they do, and they have an epic fight. They kick the shit out of each other, man. Kind of like Batman versus Superman movie that was so. But if you remember, the whole thing there was that they were fighting each other until they had a common enemy, and basically that's what happened in Godzilla versus King Kong. Right at the last there, this guess who shows up? Spoiler alert. Mecha Godzilla, man. I can't remember what his scream sounded like. Did he have one? I don't know. You know what Godzilla's always sounds like to me? And again, but you ever hear a Jaybird's call? Goes like that a little bit. Goes like this. Right? Godzilla sounds like that slowed way down or something. Like, I wish I could do the Godzilla roar. I can't. But I'm telling you, man, Godzilla versus King Kong. The only criticism I've heard is from some of the human storylines. Who cares? It's a movie about giant monsters. Fuck them. I want to see the big guys fight. And if that's what you were into, like me and my brother were, it was amazing. And it looked cool. Like, it didn't look it just looked amazing. It looked real, and yeah, it was a lot of destruction. I don't even know if the city was. It was very, very Zack Snyder. You know, it's like everything was fucking destroyed. But man, it was good. And again, it was good because of the giant monsters. All right, yeah, excellent. But it's gotten the reviews it's gotten for that. Everybody's like, yeah, kick ass adventure, man. It was an action packed, and it was amazing. And visually, holy shit, it looked amazing. It was really good. But I'm telling you, man, even now, even though Kong Skull Island is 2 movies back, that one is holding up to me. That is one of my favorite, not only giant monster movie, but favorite movie of all time. The Kong Skull Island is incredible. But yeah, man, King Kong. I always want to say King Kong first. I think I'm a Kong fan more than a Godzilla. Maybe, I don't know. Godzilla versus King Kong for sure is definitely one you have to see if you're into this kind of thing. If you love incredible CGI, incredible action scenes, and giant monsters smashing shit, including each other, this is the one to see, man. So if you don't have HBO Max, get it, or go see it in a theater, because it is absolutely worth it. And I would actually invest some time into, watching them in order. And fortunately, unlike the MCU, it's just 4 movies. But you want to start again, Godzilla, the one in, I think it was 2017 with Cranston, and then next one after that is going to be Kong Skull Island, and then after that one, Godzilla King of the Monsters, and then Godzilla versus Kong, and it was so good. Yeah, go see it. And don't forget that I have giant hands.